Good morning everybody. Today I am going to discuss about giant cell tumor of tendon sheath, which is also called as tenosynovial giant cell tumor. This is characterized by a discrete proliferation of rounded synovial-like cells accompanied by a variable number of multinucleated giant cells, inflammatory cells, siderophages and xanthoma cells. Coming to clinical findings, it may occur at any age, but it is most common in the middle age group, and it is most common in women than in men. The tumor is predominantly seen on the hand, where they represent the most common neoplasm of that region. Other sites can be feet, ankles, and knees. The finger lesions are typically adjacent to the interphalangeal joint, although other sites may also be affected. The tumors develop gradually over a long period of time and often remain the same size for several years. On physical examinations, they are fixed to deep structures, but they are not attached to the skin unless the lesion occurs in the distal portion of the finger, where the skin is closely related to the tendon. Coming to the radiography, it is seen as a well circumscribed soft tissue mass, and degenerative changes of the adjacent joint can be seen. Sometimes cortical erosion of bone and bony invasion is seen. Here we can see the lesion in the distal part of the finger, and also here we can see that it is just adjacent to the tendon. Coming to the gross findings, it is a well circumscribed lobulated mass that has occasional shallow grooves along its deep structures, which is created by the underlying tendon. On cut section, they have a mottled appearance, a pink grey background flecked with yellow or brown depending on the amount of lipid and hemosiderin. Microscopically, it is a well circumscribed lobulated mass which is partially invested by a dense collagenous capsule, although nodules may be seen outside of this capsule. There is a variable proportion of small and large mononuclear cells, multinucleated giant cells, xanthoma cells, inflammatory cells, and hemosiderin. This is a moderately cellular tumor with cells blending with hyalinized collagen. Multinucleated cells are formed by the fusion of the smaller mononuclear cells. The clefts-like spaces are prominent if it is in the tumor periphery. In this picture, we can see that it is a localized giant cell tumor illustrating a late stage. The deep synovial clefts are obliterated and replaced by fibrous bands that impart a vague lobular pattern of the tumor. Here we can see the fibrous clefts which make it look like a lobular part of the tumor. The concave surface is due to the underlying tendon. This is the another picture showing the localized form. Here we can see there are distribution of many multinucleated giant cells along with small round cells and collagen. Here we can see the localized form. Here we can see the collection of lot of xanthoma cells with intermixed with round cells. These are the xanthoma cells and these are the round cells. Here we can see abundant hemosiderin deposition in the cells. Sometimes they can also be seen in the intracytoplasmic deposition. On immunohistochemistry, the mononuclear cells stain for CD45, CD68 and CD163, which tells us that these arise from the histiocytic differentiation of cells. The larger mononuclear cells usually express clustrin and desmin, which is similar to the normal synoviocytes. Treatment is by wide local excision or even amputation, because sometimes these tumors recur. Coming to the differential diagnosis, granulomatous lesions, necrobiotic granulomas, tendinous xanthomas, fibromas of the tendon sheath and epithelial sarcomas are the main differential diagnosis. Granulomatous lesions, they are less localized and they have lot of inflammatory cells, which is not seen in case of giant cell tumor of tendon sheath. Necrobiotic granulomas, they are cores of degenerating collagen, which is rimmed by histiocytes and a prominent zone of proliferating capillaries. Tendinous xanthomas, here we can see there is hyperlipidemia. They are often multiple and they occur in the tendon proper, whereas the giant cell tumor of tendon sheath occur adjacent to the tendon. And histologically, tendinous xanthomas consist of mainly of xanthoma cells and very few multinucleated giant cells and chronic inflammatory cells. Fibromas of the tendon sheath, here the cells are fibroblastic and they are deposited in a uniformly hyalinized stroma compared to giant cell tumor. Epithelial sarcomas with numerous giant cells, they mimic a giant cell tumor. Here we can see monomorphic population of cells with dense cytoplasmic eosinophilia and strong and diffuse expression of keratin, distinguishing it from the giant cell tumor. These tumors, giant cell tumor of tendon sheath, they occur as two forms, that is localized form and diffuse type. Till now whatever was discussed is localized form, The diffuse form is also called as pigmented villonodular synovitis, which is the extra-articular part of the pigmented villonodular synovitis, and which has an intra-articular process. Thank you.